Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia. And pardon me as I'm making room for setting up. But I had to make sure that my camera was on. This is my first time recording outside. And as you can see, it is Trey sunny, which I love. I'm glad that it's finally warming up. It's like mid-March here in Georgia. It's mid-March. And it is burning up out here. It's hot. It's about almost 80 degrees, I think, which actually, to me, that's a nice winter. Yes. I'm in my backyard. I just thought I'd come out and do some grounding. This is one of the things that I wanted to do now that I've ascended and I don't have to go to a job anymore, right? Just come outside and walk barefoot. Get some grounding. Yes. It's nice out here. The grass isn't quite green yet. I'll walk over to my peach tree in a minute and my fig tree. They're not quite bloomed yet. The peach tree has some blossoms on it. The fig tree hasn't quite bloomed yet. But it's beautiful out here. It's sunny. I was going to put on my sunglasses, but then I couldn't see my phone, couldn't see what was happening on the phone. And actually, today I had decided I was going to do a live out here, but then I went to my phone, went to do a live, and realized that you can have 50 subscribers to do a live. So come on, y'all. What y'all waiting for? Go and subscribe so you can get to know me a little better. Also, if you're new here, my name is Sabongale, and my channel is We Don't Retire, We Ascend. And I call it that because, yes, about a month, I guess it's been almost 2 months now that I ascended. I retired from my job of 20 years. You know that. And so now I'm finding my way in the world again. I'm enjoying discovering the things that I've always liked, always enjoyed, like my writing, reading books, going to movies. And I apologize. I don't know if you can hear that, but again, I'm outside and so cars are driving past. I have a big main road behind my house and cars are driving past. I think school is about to be out today. I think class is out. And so you may hear the cars going by, so I apologize for that. So yeah, I'm just enjoying my life. And if you are a Black woman, a woman of color, if you are 60 plus, you are retired, you are looking to retire, you are hoping to retire soon, if you retired last week, last year, last month, if you are considering retirement and what that might look like for you, when you reach that age for you, whatever that age might be. It doesn't have to be 60, doesn't have to be 62, doesn't have to be 57. It could be whatever age you want it to be. Yeah, check me out and let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what retirement will look like for you, right? So today, one of the things, again, like I said, and please hit like, share, and subscribe. And again, share if you know a Black woman who wants to retire, who thinks they should retire, who needs to retire, or either just wants to leave their job because they're tired of working. I worked over 45 years of my life, 20 at the last job, or with the last employer, I'll put it that way. I was a federal worker, and so I worked at several federal agencies, but 20 years for the federal government. And if you know someone in this similar situation, send them over to my channel, share this channel, and let's talk about what retirement should look like or could look like for Black women. In my last video, I talked about how we weren't taught to retire, right? We never understood or realized or thought that we could retire or what that meant, right, for us, because we never really saw people retire well. And when I say well, I mean retire financially secure, retire healthy, happy. I always tell the story about how when I worked for the post office, one of my government jobs, right? When I worked for the post office, and how we had two boards outside of the cafeteria where we took breaks, right? We had two boards. One board was the retirement board, and you would see people with their invitations to their retirement parties. They take their retirement pictures and at the party, and everybody's happy and laughing, and the retiree would be dressed to the nines, right? Dressed to the nines, and talking about their retirement, what they were going to do. And then 3 weeks later, they'd be on the next board, which was the obituary board, right? They'd be on the obituary board with that same photo sometimes. And that's when I decided to leave the post office, because I was like, I am not dying in this place, right? That was how I saw it. And so a lot of times we weren't taught how to retire or that we could retire. We just thought we'd work until we just couldn't work anymore. And that's how I saw a lot of people in my life retire. They just worked until they just couldn't anymore. That was just the thing. But we're going to retire well. And it doesn't mean you have to retire rich. I didn't retire rich. I didn't retire with $1 million like some people think that you have to. I retired comfortable enough to at least take a break. And I tell anybody, I'm not shamed. If necessary, I will go back to work if I have to. I don't think I'll have to, but I will if I have to. This is my husband's man cave behind us, his shed. But I just thought I'd get out the sun for a second so you could see my face. So I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do to maintain some very small income besides pension. And yes, I will take Social Security and all of those things. I'm taking everything that is that I deserved as a result of working for the years that I have. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm in the yard. I'm barefoot. I'm doing my grounding work today. And I got this idea. It really shouldn't have been an idea because this is what we used to do growing up. We used to run barefoot, play happy, and not think about what we were stepping on, right? Of course, we do that at the beach because we can always just run and wash our feet off. But a relative of mine wanted me to send her a grounding mat. And I found one on Amazon, and I thought, a grounding mat, what is this for? And when I started to research it, the grounding mat is supposed to replace, right, what we lost when we started wearing shoes all day, every day, staying indoors, being in fluorescent lighting, being in air conditioning all day. And so in order to kind of get back to nature and do some grounding and just get myself back in step with nature, I just decided to come out because it's nice and warm. I decided to come outside and walk barefoot. So I actually don't really have a specific topic to talk about today. I just wanted to be outside, and I thought this was a great time to do a video. And again, I wanted to do it live, but I don't have 50 subscribers. So please, y'all, subscribe, and I can do it live, and we can really talk, right? So let me just tell you a little bit more about what I've been doing. Tuesday, I decided one of the fun things that I decided I was going to do in retirement would be to try to get some work done as an extra. As you know, I live here in Georgia, and this is Yollywood. That's what somebody coined it, Yollywood, because all the movie studios are moving down here. People are producing down here, filming down here. Of course, Tyler Perry Studios is here in the Atlanta metro area. And so I said, wow, that would be something fun to do. If I have to work in retirement, it's going to be something fun, right? Even if I just end up being the receptionist at the studio, writing down the names of the movie stars that comes in, I was going to do that. But I recently signed up to be an extra in, on the set in some of these movies and productions that are happening here in Georgia. So I haven't gotten a call yet. No, I'm gonna let you know. I'll let you know when I get one, but I haven't gotten a call yet. But yeah, I signed up to be an extra in a movie on a production, right? I think depending on the production, depending on the set, depending on the budget probably of the company, you can be paid anywhere from $90, $100, $120, $140 a day. I saw one the other day that had it paid out. It was paying, I want to say $900. But that was, of course, if you didn't mind being nude in a scene. So we know that one's not for me. Okay. I'm not going to be nude. Trust me. I'm okay with $100, $120, $90, $80 a day. I'm good with that. That's just one of the ways that I intend to generate some kind of income or income stream for myself in retirement. Also, I teach English as a foreign language on the Cambly platform. Now, I am certified to teach English as a foreign language. I received my certification through the International TEFL Academy. When I'm done, I will make sure that I put the description for that school in the description, right? I'll put the link for it. I'll put the link, my link, and yes, I'll get some credit for it if you click on it and you just happen to sign up to take the TEFL certification through International TEFL Academy. So that's one of the things that I do to generate income now. Mind you, teaching English on Cambly, on the Cambly platform, doesn't pay a whole lot, right? I'm not going to live the lifestyles of the rich and famous doing that. I actually do maybe about an hour each morning. So far, that's what I've done. About an hour each day, and that brings in about maybe $50 a month. Now, if you're one of those sisters that are moving abroad now or living abroad, and you're just looking for a way to earn just a little bit of money, living in one of these places where your dollar goes a little further, for sure, $50 a week goes a long way, right? Just to talk, sometimes really just talk conversation-wise with students from other countries who are practicing their English. Some are looking for full-fledged lessons, which Cambly provides that on the platform. But most of the time it's just having a conversation with people who want to hear you speak English. And as Stephanie Perry always says, speaking English is a commodity. I mean, yeah, it's a commodity. Is that what she calls it? A commodity? It's worth monetizing, right? If you are a native English speaker, you don't have to have a degree on Cambly. I'm trying to show y'all my peach tree. You can't hardly see it. See the pink blossoms on it, or the peach color blossoms. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's blooming. I hope I get peaches this year. I don't know. So yeah, Cambly is one of the ways that I make some money online without going anywhere. I can do it in a decent shirt and my pajama pants. And I'm going to be doing some scoring for a testing company, right? I did that last year. It's only seasonal, but it will allow you to make, I made about $300 a week or every 2 weeks. I can't quite remember. But it was a way for me to make a little extra change, right? Those are a couple of things that I'm doing to make extra money. As well, I'm taking a yoga class. As y'all know, I pulled my back out after the first class, right? Pulled my back out. or pulled a muscle in my back after getting home from the first class. But I'm better now. It's better now. I'm back in class. I didn't miss a beat. I'm still going every week, every Saturday. I go to my yoga class. I go to the senior center, to the pool. Pool stays between 85 and 90 degrees, y'all. That's like, I could get in the pool every day, really. But I've been going about once a week to that. So yeah, that's what my life has been like. I've seen a bunch of movies. I've seen Origin. I think I talked about that in another video. Origin and the Bob Marley movie. Sorry about that. I think that's the school bus. The kids are getting out of school. Yeah, school bus. And something else. Oh, the Book of Clarence, which was a really interesting take on the whole crucifixion story. So yeah. So what's going on with y'all today? Anybody enjoying some beautiful weather today? I'm hoping to start traveling soon this year. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going. I may do some local things. I know Georgia has some really nice wineries in North Georgia, and I'm intending to take some time to go to one or two of those. And of course, I'll get to the coast. Georgia has some pretty decent beaches, right? It's not the Caribbean, but hey, if you like water like I do, it doesn't matter, right? So what are some of the things that you all do in retirement? Did you retire a millionaire? Are you one of those people who subscribe to the FIRE movement and you feel like you had to have a certain amount of money? Let me tell you, I actually met with a finance person just to kind of kick around some things to do with some of the savings that I have. And right off the bat, she was like, you sure you want to retire? Because she was looking at the money part, and I understand that. Of course, we want to have the money that we need to do the things that we want to do, right? But it's my contention that I'll have the money to do what I need to do when I need to do it, right? Someone told me once that being rich is only having what you need when you need it. And I don't have to live a fabulous lifestyle. One thing growing older does is helps you to know and understand that it's not always about money. Yeah, if you want to be a jet setter, you might need to have a little change, but I don't need to be a jet setter to be happy, although I do want to travel. But that's not something that I have to do continuously for the rest of my life in order to be happy. Having my freedom and having the freedom to do it if I wanted to, if I can afford to, when I can afford to. That's what's most important to me, is having the freedom to sit around and contemplate life in general, right? And I don't feel like you have to be a certain age to do that, but at this point, having all of my thinking time and my contemplation time being geared toward helping someone else make money in a business or whatnot. Yeah, I'm kind of over that. Yeah, I'm over that. And if all I can do is sit on my porch and drink sweet tea and listen to the birds sing like I can hear them now. Okay, they just stopped. Listen to the birds sing. Then you know what? I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with that. I have the things that I need, right? So if I don't hop on a plane and get back to Morocco anytime soon, it's okay. But yeah, if you are able to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather, do that. I'm so glad. Thanks to all of you who have already subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you. And it's wonderful to hear from other women, other sisters who are just relaxing and enjoying life and just refusing to let things going on around you dictate your happiness, right? It's easy to get caught up in whatever is going on in the world, right? It's easy to get caught up. I know for me it is, because I'm kind of a news person, and I have to make myself walk away from the news more often than I should have. I should be walking away more often than I do, put it that way. But yeah, and it's easy to get caught up in what people are saying, how people are feeling. You know, people sometimes other people's emotions and whatnot affect us. It really does, and that's why we have to guard our peace and guard our space. You know, because those things will affect you, right? So yeah, let's do that. Let's guard our peace and enjoy this life and trust and believe that everything is in divine order, right? Even your retirement, your ascension, because that's what we're doing. We are ascending. We are rising above it all. That's what I'm trying to do. Rise above all of it, and enjoy the beautiful world that we've been given by the presence that is never in absence, as Michael Bernard Beckwith says. So yeah, I want to hear more about the things that you have questions about. If it is finances, if it is your health, your wellness, right? Right now, I'm in pretty good shape for 60 plus, right? I'm in pretty good shape. And I know a lot of people, they get to this age and they start feeling the aches and pains. Look, I feel those too. I was rubbing Bengay on my knee yesterday because I went walking with my bestie. We go walking. We try to go walking at least a couple times a week, right? Both of us are retired, and we did almost 3 miles yesterday. Almost 3 miles, and yeah, I had to pull out the Bengay. And let me tell you, it worked. It actually works, right? I'm going to get out the sun. I'm going to sit here on my patio. And I'm really hoping that I get a little more, some more responses to some of my questions about retirement for Black women. Again, in an earlier video, I talked about having not learned to retire because both of my parents passed away before retirement age, right? They were in their 40s and 50s when they passed away, both of them within a year and a half of one another. And so they never retired, right? They never retired. And we think a lot about, oh, do I have enough money to retire? What am I going to do? When really tomorrow's not promised. It's not. It never was. We didn't come here to stay. I get it. But we need to stop and take a moment and take some time to really appreciate the gift that God has given us. Yeah. I intend to do that. I hope that you do as well. But I'd like to know more about what your concerns are, what your questions are about this time in our lives. Oh, wow. There's stuff floating off the trees. I'm probably going to have to drink some stinging nettle tonight because some stinging nettle tea, which is good for allergies. I'm not an allergist. I'm not a herbalist or anything like that. I'm a hoodooist. And I just know that stinging nettle the root and the leaves is good if you have allergies. And here in Georgia, especially this time of